Habits are the small actions we do every day without thinking. They are the choices we make on autopilot. Imagine waking up in the morning. You probably brush your teeth, get dressed, or check your phone. You don't need to make a big decision to do these things. They just happen. These actions are habits. They are like invisible architects, building the structure of our daily lives piece by piece. They work in the background, guiding us through our day. This automatic nature is what makes them so powerful. Our brain loves to save energy, and habits are the perfect way to do that. They let us perform complex behaviors with very little mental effort. Think about how much of your day is run by these automatic behaviors. From the way you tie your shoes to the route you take to school or work, habits are everywhere. They are not just simple actions. They can also be mental habits. For example, you might automatically feel anxious before a test, or happy when you hear a certain song. These emotional responses are also learned patterns. Habits shape our reactions to the world around us. They are the quiet engine that powers our existence, often without us even noticing its constant hum. This is why understanding them is the first step toward taking control of our lives and directing our own futures. These automatic routines are not good or bad on their own. They are simply tools. A habit is just a process that your brain follows. The outcome of that habit is what makes it helpful or harmful. A habit of studying for 1 hour every evening is incredibly useful for a student. A habit of eating junk food while watching TV can be damaging to your health over time. The process is the same, but the results are very different. The key is to recognize that these patterns exist. We must become aware of the invisible scripts that we follow each day so we can decide if they are leading us to a place we want to go. The reason habits feel so ingrained is because they are literally pathways in our brain. Every time you repeat an action, you strengthen the neural connection for that behavior. It's like walking the same path through a grassy field over and over again. At first you have to push through the tall grass, but after many repetitions, a clear and easy path forms. Your brain works the same way. It builds strong, efficient pathways for your habits. This makes the action easier and faster to perform next time. This neurological reality is why habits are so durable and can feel so difficult to change once they are firmly established. Every habit, no matter how simple or complex, follows a three-step neurological pattern. Scientists call this the habit loop. The first step is the cue. This is the trigger that tells your brain to go into automatic mode and which habit to use. A cue can be almost anything: a time of day, a specific location, an emotion, the presence of certain people, or the action that just came before. For example, the sound of your morning alarm is a cue. It triggers the habit of hitting the snooze button or getting out of bed. The cue is the starting pistol for the race of your habit. The second step in the loop is the routine. This is the behavior itself, the action you take. The routine can be physical, like biting your nails, or it can be mental or emotional. When your phone buzzes, the cue, your routine might be to immediately stop what you are doing and check the notification. When you feel bored, the cue, your routine might be to open a social media app. The routine is the part of the habit we notice the most. It is the action we often want to change. It's the core of the behavior, the part that unfolds almost without our conscious permission once the cue has been detected. The final and most important step is the reward. This is what helps your brain figure out if this particular loop is worth remembering for the future. The reward is the positive feeling or satisfaction you get from the routine. When you check your phone after it buzzes, the reward might be a quick hit of distraction, or a feeling of connection. When you eat a cookie after lunch, the reward is the sweet taste and the sugar rush. The reward is what makes the habit stick. It teaches your brain that the routine is valuable, closing the loop and making it more likely you will repeat the behavior next time the cue appears. This loop, cue, routine, reward, is the engine of habit formation. Over time, this loop becomes more and more automatic. The cue and reward become neurologically intertwined until a powerful sense of craving emerges. The craving is the anticipation of the reward. When you see the cue, your brain starts to crave the reward before you even begin the routine. This is why you might feel a strong urge to check your phone the moment it lights up. Your brain isn't just responding to the cue, it is anticipating the reward it knows is coming. This craving is what drives the habit loop and makes habits so powerful. Habits are a fundamental part of our lives, and they can either build us up or tear us down. Good habits are the architects of success and well-being. Think about the simple habit of making your bed every morning. It's a small action, but it starts your day with a sense of accomplishment. Or consider the habit of drinking a glass of water when you wake up. This simple routine rehydrates your body and kickstarts your metabolism. Other good habits like exercising for 30 minutes, reading a chapter of a book before bed, or saving a small amount of money from every paycheck create positive momentum. They are small investments that pay huge dividends over time. These positive routines build a foundation for a better future. A student who develops the habit of reviewing their notes after each class is building a structure for academic success. They are less likely to need to cram before exams because the knowledge is already being reinforced daily. An individual who cultivates the habit of listening carefully when others speak is building stronger relationships. These habits don't produce dramatic results overnight. Instead, their power lies in their consistency. Like drops of water carving a canyon, good habits slowly and steadily shape the landscape of our lives for the better, leading to improved health, knowledge, and happiness. On the other side of the coin are bad habits. These are the routines that hold us back and can harm our future. A common bad habit is procrastination, like waiting until the last minute to start a big project. This creates unnecessary stress and often leads to lower quality work. Another example is the habit of mindless scrolling on social media. It can steal hours of our time that could have been spent on more fulfilling activities. Bad habits often provide a short-term reward, like the temporary relief from boredom or stress, but they have long-term negative consequences for our productivity, health, and mental well-being. The danger of bad habits is that they often operate silently, slowly eroding our potential. A habit of eating fast food for lunch every day might not seem like a big deal in the moment, but over years, it can lead to serious health problems. A habit of complaining might provide a momentary release of frustration, but over time it can shape a negative outlook on life and push people away. These destructive patterns, just like good habits, gain strength through repetition. They create deep grooves in our behavior, making them difficult to escape. Recognizing these patterns is the crucial first step toward changing them and reclaiming our future. The golden rule of habit change is simple. You can't truly extinguish a bad habit, but you can change it. The most effective way to do this is to keep the old cue and the old reward, but insert a new routine. This is the blueprint for successfully remodeling your life. First, you must identify the habit loop. For the next few days, whenever you engage in the bad habit you want to change, take a moment to analyze what is happening. What was the cue that triggered it? Was it a time, a place, an emotion? What is the reward you are really craving? Is it distraction, relaxation, or comfort? Once you understand the cue and the reward, you can start to experiment with a new routine. Let's say your bad habit is grabbing a sugary snack around 3 p.m. because you feel a slump in energy. The reward you seek is not the cookie itself, but the burst of energy. You can keep the cue, 3 p.m. slump, and the reward, feeling more energetic, but change the routine. You could try walking around the block for 5 minutes, or eating an apple, or doing a few quick stretches at your desk. The key is to find a new, healthier routine that delivers a similar reward and satisfies the craving your brain expects. Building a new, good habit from scratch follows a similar logic. The most important thing is to make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. Start with a cue that is impossible to miss. For example, if you want to start a habit of doing push-ups, leave a yoga mat on your bedroom floor as a visual cue. Then make the routine incredibly easy to start. Don't aim for 50 push-ups on day 1. Just do 1. The goal is to make the act of starting so simple that you can't say no. This helps you build consistency, which is far more important than intensity at the beginning of any new habit. Finally, remember that you have the power to redesign your life. Your habits are not your destiny. They are choices that have become automatic. By understanding how they work, you can begin to consciously choose them. This process is not about perfection but about progress. You will have days where you slip back into old patterns. That is normal. The important thing is to get back on track. Each time you choose a better routine, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. Over time, with patience and persistence, these small votes add up, and you can build a life that is not just a product of chance but a masterpiece of your own design.